guys, what's up, Cardfight here, and today I'm here with an Aquaforce deck profile. This is the Maelstrom reverse deck profile, and so I'll be showing you guys the deck, I guess. So let's start off with the starting Vanguard. Starting Vanguard, I run Eric. Wait, let me fix the light. So Eric is, I run Eric because you run a variety of grade 3s in this deck, and I feel like, you know, having a grade 3 searcher is better than running that Maelstrom searcher because you need to commit a lot to the field early game if you want to use that. And I feel Eric is better because you can just pop him off early game, and yeah. Next, I run 3 Maelstrom reverse. For those of you who don't know its effect, it's Limerick 4, Counterblast 1. When this card attacks and it's the 4th or more that turn, you can lock a non-rested unit, and this card gets plus 5k and 1 critical in a new Vanguard skill. When this card attacks and it does not hit, you can counterblast 1 to retire 1 unit and draw a card. So it's a pretty good card, because basically if they guard, they lose a card and you get a card, and if they don't guard, they take an extra crit to the face, which is quite painful. And yeah, nothing much else to say. And it's also a cross ride for Maelstrom, so that's always a plus. Next, I run 3 Maelstroms, the non-cross ride version. Pretty self-explanatory. He's kind of, his limit break skills kind of get hard to get off now, but mainly you just want to ride him before you limit break. So yeah, usually if you have Maelstrom reverse in your hand and Maelstrom, while you're at 4 damage ready, you're probably going to ride Maelstrom reverse, simply because you just want to get that advantage early on. You don't want to waste the turn cross riding. So yeah. And then next, I've run 2 Maelstrom, Glory Maelstroms. He's a really good finisher, so that's pretty much that. Usually, if your opponent's at 3 damage, they're going to take the extra crit to the face with this, and then after that, they're at 5 damage, and then you can just ride this on top afterwards, so that you can finish them off, and they can't use perfect guards and stuff, so. They can't use grade 1 or above units to guard, so you know, that's pretty good. Alright, so next, for grade 2s, I run 4 of the 12k attackers for blue storm units. Pretty self-explanatory. He's not really your main attacker because you want to use other cards instead to get your 4th attack. He can't really help you do that, but he's still a pretty good self-attacker nonetheless, if you want to lock one of your back row boosters that's not boosting Vanguard. So next I run 4 of the Tidal Assaults, I think his name is. Yeah, Tidal Assaults. He is your main attacker for getting more attacks because his effect is pretty much free. He does lose 5,000 power when you stand up, but it's fine because yeah, in my opinion, the Blue Storm archetype is actually not very strong at all. So I don't actually like to run that many Blue Storm units, but that is a problem because I run this guy, and he requires a special counterblast. He's the standard for Blue Storm units. Well, it doesn't require blue, but it requires a Blue Storm counterblast. So yeah, but he doesn't lose power. So his skill is a counterblast 1 card with Blue Storm in its name, and at the end of the battle, this unit attack a Vanguard. If you have a grade 3 or greater Aquaforce Vanguard, and it's the 1st or 2nd battle that turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand this unit, and you can only use this effect once per turn. So yeah. Yeah. This card has less restrictions than this, so that's why I like to run this more. A bit of glare, but well. For grade ones, I run 4 10k attackers. The reason I run this is because it's a strong 7k booster for Bluestorm units, and he's also kind of decent for early game rush, although I don't actually run that many Bluestorm grade 1s. But you can still pop him out grade 2 and attack with it, because this deck does run stand triggers, so yeah. Next I run 3 Dorothies. Dorothy is pretty solid booster. She's a 10k booster for third or more battles. She's actually pretty important because I don't usually lock my Vanguard booster because I'd rather swing for bigger numbers. So I usually lock a rear guard booster that's not really helpful anyway. I'll show you how I usually use my attack rotation in a bit. And then I run 1 Torpedo Rush because there are times when you are not in limit break and then you still have, if you have third or more attack with this, for example, you attack with Vanguard and then you attack with this rear guard and then you attack with this, so this will swing for 21. So I've taken 1 Torpedo Rush. Yeah. Also works if you attack with this, attack with this again, and then attack with this for 21, and then finally attack with your Maelstrom unit. So, yeah. Next I run 2 of the Soul Blast 2 draw card. This card's pretty nice to have. You don't use any cards in your soul anyway, so having these are quite nice. Yeah, it also forms magic numbers with the 11k Vanguards you have in a rearguard circle, which happens a lot because you run a lot of you call these a lot because you're not scared to lose a shield value if your opponent does attack these. So yeah. Next I run 4 Perfect Guards because Perfect Guards are Perfect Guards and I don't like the quintet walls. So 4 Perfect Guards. For triggers I run 4 crit, 4 stand, 4 draw, and 4 heal. They're all Bluestorm triggers, so there's that. The reason I run rainbow triggers over 8 crit is because your units will mostly be rested, so those extra crits won't be helpful if your opponent Perfect Guards them. But I don't run 8 stands because Blink Joker is still very prevalent, so running 8 stands will cripple your deck a lot if your opponent triangle locks you and it'll mega locks you, so you're basically your rear guards will be completely useless. But then if you are playing against Blink Joker, you're pretty much screwed already. So I just run 8 crit 4 of each trigger because that's how I roll. So let's show you how I usually get off my attack rotation. So if I have something like that, call a rear guard, and this. And then this guy's usually behind there. So usually you go first attack, second attack, stand, third attack, and then fourth attack. So this will get the boost, and then you'll be swinging for either 26k or 28k, depending on if you have Maelstrom in your soul. Let's just say you do have it, so you'll be swinging for 28k. And then you kind of lock this, and then if you get a stand trigger, you're just going to stand this. So you can attack for 16, and yeah.